In February of '87, Buick announced the GNX project. Now, Mike Doble and his group, Buick Engineering, Gary Penn was one of those people. They were busy working on the concept, developing it, coming up with ideas, working with some outside people, McLaren and ASC, to come up with what can we feasibly do and what to make this car special. They knew that the car was going to go out of production, and they wanted to build something special to send it off. So the demand, actually, the GNXs that were converted, the 87s that were converted at ASC, were not the last production Grand Nationals. The Grand Nationals ended up being so popular that they extended the production run, and we actually built 87 model year vehicles in the '88 calendar year. I'm not sure how they got away with that from an emission standpoint and certification.
What I was going to say is, what I recall is that basically a new model for 1988 would come out in September of 1988.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, September of 1987. So what I think happened was the Grand Nationals were built from September of '87 till the end of the year of '87, the way I recall it. And because it was in the calendar year of 1987, no recertification was required.
Okay, well, there's our explanation. So there were Grand Nationals built after the GNX cars were produced.
They basically took the popularity.
What I do understand, though, is that once they extended that production, is they didn't build T-types. Is they only built Grand Nationals after that point, and I've got some, actually I do have some documentation to kind of support that. So it was some pretty interesting things. The original plan for the GNX was to only build 500. Now how they arrived at the 547, I'm not quite certain how the other 47 got added to the production figures. Here's some more shots. You can see a regular Grand National, and they have removed the grille, and they have added the additional oil cooler or transmission auxiliary cooler. That was an off-the-shelf part that came from a Cadillac. They tried as much as possible to utilize things that were already available. The conversion of the Grand National to GNX took place in the ASC facility in Livonia. And a bit of trivia, at the same time, McLaren was doing a conversion of Mustangs. They took actually started out as a convertible Capri, and then they converted it to this McLaren Mustang, and it was being done in the same facility, right alongside where the GNXs were being converted. So there were more than one project going, pretty cool project going on at that facility at one time. And here's a picture. This is a picture that I took at the time. This is the address of the place on Schoolcraft Avenue in Livonia, and this is a prototype GNX that they had sitting out front. I happened to be at the facility with my 35mm camera and snapped a couple pictures. In the back, you can see Livonia, Michigan. It's a suburb of Detroit. Here's some of the business cards of the people that I collected while I was working on the project. Pat Brockway, Stan Benmore, Larry Rogozin at McLaren Engine, Paul Duke at McLaren, Rob Borowski. Those are some of the people that, yeah, my contacts. I'd call them up and say, hey, I need to know about this, and they would be the people sending me the information. Well, they're also the people who have supplied us with a lot of the pictures that you're going to see here, too. Again, I said there were 9 different prototype GNXs built. The fleet consisted of 1 81 Regal, 2 86s, and 6 1987s. So there were quite a few prototypes floating around. All of the production vehicles that were built optioned the same. So you couldn't, the dealers had no way of ordering a specific option package. It was standard build. The GNX came only one way. Now I do understand that there were a few GNXs that were built with the Astro roof. CF5 option, I think it is. But those, I think, were converted afterwards. Heinz Prechter, who was the CEO of ASC, I know that he had one that had an Astro roof, and I don't know if that was done at the assembly, at the Fisher Body plant, or if it was done at their facility.